Rachel, let's start with you.
Okay. Well, I'm Rachel Alexander, and my association with Sistrum began when Sistrum began, January of 1986. So I kind of missed it when Sistrum turned 35 in January. It was like, 35 years, and I'm usually pretty good at those anniversary kinds of things in life. So I directed Sistrum for the first 15 and a half years of her life.
Thank you.
And I'm Meridith Bowen, and I was the second conductor of Sistrum from 2001 to 2016.
And I'm Meghan Eldred-Woolsey, and I took over Sistrum in 2016, and I'm in my 5th year of directing the chorus now.
And she keeps telling us that she's only allowed 15 years, so.
Yeah, so I only have 10 years left. I made it 1/3 of the way. So.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So I'm wondering if you would each share one of your favorite Sistrum memories. It might be an event, it might be music, it might be a combination of those things.
I feel like I always say the same thing. I really loved going to Denver for Gala. It was the first time that I had ever seen that many gay and lesbian choruses in one place. And I'd seen many perform at ACDA conferences and things like that. But when they were all together at once, it was like this big celebration. And I had just been hired. And so I didn't know anyone but Meridith and Lynn. And I literally went out, got on a plane, like hoped that I would make it there and see everyone and that this wasn't some kind of trick. And I ended up in Denver. And it was so incredible to be in that atmosphere and then also to be with Sistrum at the same time. And then the other thing that I think was so pivotal was the Women's March. When we performed at the Women's March on the steps of the Capitol, and there were 6,000 people out on the lawn of the Capitol, and it was just this really beautiful moment where it felt like we feel like we see each other once a week and we have these like-minded ideals and we're there together. And then, but that's like 50 or 60 of us. And then we get up on these steps and there's 6,000 people and they're all wearing their pussy hats and we're all just like so excited. And everybody's sitting there going, oh, well, it's not just us. It's just that we do this thing together, And so I think that was really a pivotal moment for me.
I have to say, I was out there on the lawn. I was one of those 6,000 out on the lawn, and there were people around me. Who are they? And where did that song come from? I mean, people were just pretty blown away. I mean, it was obviously an audience who had never heard of Sistrum or of the music that you were singing. And of course, some of us were singing along and they were looking at us like, how'd you know that song? It was pretty wonderful to be part of it in that way too, and to see the effect that you were having on the folks there too. Yeah.
I have so many memories. It's hard to really choose just one. I mean, between
share more.
I know. I'm just thinking like the Sister Singers Network festivals that we attended and the gala festivals and the, going to CME in Kenosha, Wisconsin. There were all these things. There's the afterglows that we had, but I suppose looking back on it, one of my proudest runs with Sistrum was our 9 years with the Gay Men's Chorus and doing the holiday concerts with them, and yeah, it was difficult, and there were a lot of personality stuff that was going on, but I really think that we gave back to the community in a way that I just really am proud of. And I suppose, you know, the one thing that continues to give me much joy is when we were in Cuba and we were singing Over the Rainbow. And you know, that arrangement we've done, I don't know how many times. You know, it was, I think, early 2007 that we started that, and then we were singing it all the time. But we were in this, we were on the road, and we stopped in this potter's business, and he was there making pottery, and he was showing us how to make pottery, and his grandson was there, you know, painting the pottery or something. I don't know exactly what was happening. So he showed us, and then he shared his art with us, and then we shared our art with him, and we sang Over the Rainbow in this pottery. And he burst into tears, and it was just so moving to have this, you know, a guy who's probably in his mid-60s, and that's all he does is make pottery, and we're singing Over the Rainbow. And of course it's one of the most famous pieces that anybody knows that comes out of America, and so to sing that and to have that connection was really special. More so than I think anything else that I had experienced with Sistrum, which is crazy if you think about all the performances that we did, you know. So,
Well, one of the things I'd like to say is that it feels so good that Sistrum is going strong at this point. You know, 35 years on. And you know, I've been in Lansing 35 years now, and you know, we birthed this thing 35 years ago, and it's going strong. The community of Sistrum is going strong, and I really love that. And Megan, I wanted to say that I've really, for the first time, a few months ago, couple months, whenever the last open enrollment thing was, a couple months ago, I for the first time thought about coming in. But
you can come and drop in anytime, Rachel.
well,
You just walk in.
Oh, thanks. Well, then I thought, you know, I don't really want to do it on Zoom. I think I want to come in when it's coming in, you know.
I mean, I'm not, this year has been the most struggle. So if we're talking about, you know, leadership, and we're talking about committees, and we're talking about all that, this year has been, this could have been a chorus killer. And so we really hope that we're going to stay strong, and that, you know, we can still be together. But I'm telling you what, I cannot wait to not do rehearsals on Zoom. And
are you feeling pretty hopeful about the fall, that you can come in person? Or
I am.
who knows, right? You know,
right. So we were at one point feeling really hopeful about this past spring, this spring right now. So we are hopeful that we seem to be getting our vaccinations, and people are, you know, trying really hard to get out there and get vaccinated. We're looking for alternate places to rehearse, where we're like out in a parking garage in Lansing. You know, we're doing all of these things in order just to be together, because you don't get the camaraderie of Sistrum when you're on Zoom. And I don't get to hear them, which I think is the hardest part for me.
Oh, yeah.
To like identify what they need. It's so hard for me. And then I don't get the community either. So it's one of those things where you're just not being fed the way that you're used to being fed. And so, you know, we don't want to rush anything, and we want to make sure that we're being inclusive to everybody in the chorus, but we want to be together.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully by August 18th.
Is that the next?
That's the start date. Yep. So we'll see.
I will say that when we moved in 2016, this Sistrum was it was the hardest thing to do, was to leave Sistrum and to leave that community. So I miss it every day. That's all.
Yeah, when Meredith knows the story in particular, but when I left Nashville and moved to Lansing, leaving the choir that I was in, Nashville and Harmony, was the very hardest thing. I mean, I almost turned down the job because I didn't want to leave the choir. And so I was looking for a choir as soon as I got here, and luckily people on campus, or some people who knew about Sistrum, and sent me there, and was definitely very important to my transition to the community in all kinds of ways.
Wow. Yay. How long have you been here, Trixie?
14 years. So
The nice thing about being on Zoom this year is that a lot of our members who have had to take jobs elsewhere, have taken jobs, especially this year in the really hard year, and are teaching in other universities and things like that, or doing other degrees, have been able to be with us just for a little bit longer. You know, it's like just another year where they could hang on and still be with us, just for, you know, just a little bit longer. So that's been really nice.
yeah, definitely.